So before I go into tonight's episode, let me say this. I know that they said that the legends in the house were only going to be in there for a week. I felt like that wasn't enough time for them to come in and make an impact in the house, and I kind of felt like the legends coming in during that week is only going to get the fans kind of hyped up about it, and then they're going to leave the house. With that said, I started thinking about, well, what about if they stayed in the house the whole time? What effect that would have? And then I thought about it and said, you know what? It wouldn't work, because if they actually played the game, then the fans would actually vote for the legends in the end and not the current cast members. So, with everything kind of building up, they need to stay in the house longer than a week. With Brian, I don't think that, with the information that he has so far out of everything he's kind of heard, I don't think he's going to, use that against anybody in the house. And I kind of think he, out of everybody, is going to be the one that plays neutral to the castmates and won't say too much with the information that he knows. With Helen, I feel like she'll stir it up with anybody in the house that she wants. The whole thing with Nikki and Nick, that whole thing that's going on, I kind of feel like Nikki needs to stop pumping Nick's head, because honestly, I think what Nick may do in this is just my personal opinion, but I kind of feel like Nick would probably sit up there and flirt with Nikki, and then once she leaves or once he gets tired of her, I kind of feel like he would go to Harry and flirt with her, and then once he got tired of her, he'll probably go back to Jade. Now, I could be wrong, but that's kind of how I feel that would play out. And with Helen, I kind of feel like I want to see what will develop further between her and Mark in the house, and also like what else she'll kind of stir up in the house. I kind of felt like Big Brother messed up the whole thing with Nikki lying to Jack when she first came into the house, as he said, "So you think I'm the king of the house?" And then she was kind of trying to play it off like she didn't know what he was talking about, but what she didn't know was that Big Brother kind of showed the clip to her, so she was kind of busted the whole time. But that part was funny, and I felt like with the whole Nick situation, everybody was just drilling Nick. It was just mainly Mark and Helen who was kind of going at him, but I thought that whole scene was pretty funny. As far as Helen, I kind of felt like she gave the best advice in the house, and I kind of felt like she was the most positive person out of everybody that came back in the house, as far as what she's seen with the footage and what's been going on, like when she hasn't been in the house. One thing I did feel was that Mark should not have told Joel about the whole Jack situation, because I kind of feel like Joel was close enough with Jack to go back to him and say what was said. So hopefully, that doesn't happen, but we'll kind of see what happens. I just felt like Mark shouldn't have said any of that to him at all. As far as the Harry thing, I kind of feel like a lot of people are being so harsh on the situation between her and Nick. Now, I'm not saying that she's being 100% straightforward, but I feel like she's throwing it out there like, if we do flirt, just kind of proceed with caution and don't get attached. Or at least that's what I'm pulling from it when I watch the show. But, a lot of people are giving her a hard time, and, Nick should know by now from everything that he's kind of heard from other people in the house that, just be cautious of Harry. I still kind of feel like they're not going to hook up outside the house, and nothing is going to happen between them once they get out the house, I don't think. But feel free to share your thoughts on that situation. I did kind of like how Simon is kind of standing up more in the house now that Mark's been back, and kind of him and Helen have kind of given him more confidence to say a lot of things in the house that he wasn't saying before. So I thought that was another good thing that's happened since the legends have come in the house. But feel free to share your thoughts on this episode. Do you feel like the Legends should stay longer than a week, or do you think a week is going to be just enough to kind of stir it up? But until next time, this has been Jacob Rob AJ, and I'll see ya.